House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, meanwhile, is wrapping up her trip to Asia with a stop in Tokyo today. But the focus remains on the Chinese response to her visit to Taiwan earlier in the week. Moments ago, China announced sanctions on Speaker Pelosi and her family for what it calls vicious and provocative actions. Earlier today, Speaker Pelosi reiterated her support for Taiwan, saying China is trying to isolate the island.
We have said from the start that our representation here is not about changing the status quo here in Asia, changing the status quo in Taiwan. They may try to keep Taiwan from visiting or participating in other places, but they will not isolate Taiwan by preventing us to travel there. We've had high-level visits, senators in the spring, a bipartisan way, continuing visits, and we will not allow them to isolate Taiwan.
That's Speaker Pelosi earlier today. China now is conducting military drills near Taiwan in response to Pelosi's visit. Japan's prime minister condemning the military exercise after 5 ballistic missiles launched by the Chinese landed in Japanese waters. Meanwhile, Reuters is reporting China's top diplomat walked out of a high-profile dinner last night in Cambodia. The gala was attended by more than a dozen foreign ministers, including United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken. So, Keir, it's not just these sanctions specifically on Nancy Pelosi, but we're learning this morning, just minutes ago, actually, that China says we are going to cease talks with the United States on the economy, on climate change, and other matters we've been discussing because of Speaker Pelosi's visit, throwing a full diplomatic tantrum here.
Yeah, the Chinese are furious. I think they are deliberately furious in the sense that it's not surprising. Richard House has been saying this very clearly on the show for many weeks. I've been listening. That I think the timing of this ahead of the 20th Chinese Communist Party convention, where President Xi is expected to get his 3rd term, I think the timing of this is significant. They will see Nancy Pelosi's visit as significant because it's so close to that moment, but also they will see it domestically as an opportunity to assert the power of China, the confidence of China in the world now, and that will be a good message that the Chinese government, I think, will think as they head towards this decision to give President Xi more time in the presidency. And I think really what we're seeing here is a kind of a reality of the situation surrounding Taiwan and in the world, a much more assertive China. I mean, in a sense, you could call it what the Russians call hybrid warfare. It's an example of what the Chinese call the wolf warrior diplomacy, you know, shouting loudly, criticizing openly America's policies. We're seeing that play out here, and effectively the Chinese are asserting themselves over Taiwan through this Pelosi visit. And I say all that because clearly there is the domestic politics surrounding this here in the US. But the reality in kind of the geopolitical sense is that, again, some of this is politics and deliberate politics.
Well, Gina, it works actually perfectly for Xi politically at home. Domestically, where, again, he's trying to, be crowned king for life or whatever he's trying to do, and trying to gain more power than any political leader since Mao. But his economy is in trouble. His zero COVID policy was a nightmare. Him busting up Hong Kong has led to this once extraordinarily vital center of commerce in Asia to start to fall apart. His enslavement of 2 million Uyghurs continues to haunt him on the global stage. So he has a nice little diplomatic war here. It plays well at home. He's been sort of amping up the jingoism as he moves towards this fall election. So Nancy Pelosi going there sends a good message, I think, regarding America's stance towards Taiwan. But it's a great opportunity for Xi at home to use it for his own domestic political purposes.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe he will see it as a great opportunity, and he's making all this noise, in advance of his getting his 3rd term. I mean, but remember that people in China, Chinese citizens, they know about the economy. They know what's happening with the economy. They know how bad and disastrous the zero COVID policies have been. So they're not necessarily thrilled with how the government's been handling things recently. And remember, before the Pelosi visit, she made a very big deal. The Chinese made a very big deal. She cannot come. She must not come. Maybe that was all for show, but she came anyhow. So what I'm hoping is that this flurry of, getting up and walking out of the dinner and we won't talk to you anymore and all of that is enough for him to feel that, for Xi to feel that he has saved face after Pelosi, did something in his face that he demanded she not do, so hopefully, this is enough, and he'll get his third term, and things will calm down.
Here, briefly, we were just talking at the break. Let's look ahead a little bit. The G20 is scheduled for Indonesia this November. It's believed likely to be the first face-to-face meeting for Presidents Biden and Xi since Biden took office. It would be after, we presume, Xi gets another term. Where do we think the relationship will be then? Can these two sides start to mend fences, or is this tension only going to get worse?
I think that's a great question, because in the end, this is brinkmanship. And the question is, at what point does the brinkmanship stop, if you like, and a reality check come in on both sides? The issue here, though, is that there is a view in various parts of the world, Russia, China, maybe you could say Saudi Arabia, that America is weaker, that it is going through a very difficult period, and that the right diplomacy is to take advantage of that. And that's, in a sense, why you could argue the Pelosi visit was important, because in the end, what people will remember is that she did go. And ultimately, if that view turns out to be wrong, and it may well that America is weaker, then things like this Pelosi visit may be part of sending that message. So how will they interact at the G20? We shall see, but it's a very different world, and President Xi is going to go in there believing that he is facing an American president as an equal.